Millionaire alien mom dropped her plate after seeing her paralyzed daughter walk. Thanks to the evening sun painted the wide glass walls of the Silurian estate in shades of orange and gold. Outside, fountains sprayed shimmering arcs of silver water, and inside, priceless artifacts from across the galaxy gleamed under carefully placed lights. This was the home of Lady Elira Veyra, a wealthy alien businesswoman whose fortune was whispered about in every corner of the known worlds. But all the riches, all the glittering stones and rare technologies, could not fix the one thing that tore at Elira's heart every day. Her daughter Lyra, who had been paralyzed from the waist down since a tragic accident 2 years ago. Lyra, only 17, sat quietly at the edge of the grand dining table, her thin hands folded neatly in her lap. The other seats around the table were empty. Servants brought meals, but mother and daughter often ate alone. Tonight was no different, until the night became unforgettable. Scene 1. A mother's silence. Elira carefully cut into the golden-baked crust of a rare avian dish imported from a neighboring star system. She set a portion onto her plate but did not eat. Her gaze kept drifting toward Lyra, who pushed food around with a fork, not tasting it. "Sweetheart," Elira said softly, "the physicians, they still assure me that new therapies are being tested. We could." Lyra raised her eyes, sharp and tired. "You've said that 100 times. Mother, no amount of credits will make me walk again. Can't you just stop hoping?" Elira's throat tightened. She had built empires, traded with worlds at war, negotiated with monarchs and thieves alike. Yet her daughter's hopelessness was the one battlefield where she always lost. She reached across the table, covering Lyra's hand. "I can't stop hoping, my love. I won't." Scene 2. The unexpected guest. A sudden vibration hummed through the estate's crystal floors. The chandeliers trembled. Outside, the fountains froze mid-spray, as though time itself had paused. Lyra's fork clattered to her plate. "What is happening?" Elira stood sharply, her eyes narrowing. She was Silurian, a race known for intuition. She felt the shift before it happened. A glow erupted at the far end of the dining hall, forming into a tall, hooded figure. The servants scattered in terror, but Elira remained standing, jaw set. "Show yourself." The hood fell back, revealing an old man with silver eyes that seemed carved from the stars themselves. His skin bore the pale luminescence of a healer from the hidden order of Orion. "I mean no harm," he said, his voice like soft thunder. "I have traveled across the void to deliver a gift, one that cannot be bought with riches." Lyra's breath caught. Elira, though suspicious, did not move closer. "Why yes? Why now?" The stranger's gaze settled on Lyra. "Because the universe has not finished with her yet." Scene 3. The miracle unfolds. The healer extended a hand. A sphere of liquid light shimmered into existence, swirling with fragments of galaxies, like a miniature universe contained in glass. "This is the essence of renewal," he explained. "It mends not only the body but the spirit. But it comes at a cost. It will demand courage, and a life lived not for wealth but for others." Elira's instincts screamed caution, but Lyra's eyes burned with longing. She wheeled herself forward, closer to the glowing sphere. "I'll do anything," she whispered. The healer touched the orb to her chest. It dissolved instantly into her body, sending streams of radiant light through her veins. Lyra gasped, clutching the arms of her chair. Her legs trembled, legs that had not moved for 2 years. "Elira!" Lyra's voice cracked. "Mother, I feel them." She gripped the table, unsteady, and pushed herself up. First one step, then another. The cane she used toppled to the floor. Her legs shook, but they held. Scene 4: The dropped plate. Elira froze, disbelief locking her in place. Lyra took 3 steps, then 5, walking fully across the room. In Elira's hands, the golden plate she had been holding slipped free. It crashed against the marble floor, the fine dish shattering into jagged pieces. Her eyes filled with tears that blurred the magnificent room into nothing but haze. She rushed forward, catching Lyra in her arms, holding her as though she would never let go again. "My baby," she cried. "You're walking by the stars, you're walking." Lyra laughed, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I told you not to hope, but you never listened." Scene 5: The healer's warning. The healer smiled faintly, but his expression soon grew grave. "Remember the price. The essence is not meant for luxury or selfish gain. Lyra's path is now tied to service. Should she ignore it, her gift will fade." Elira, still clinging to her daughter, nodded fiercely. "Whatever it takes, we'll honor it." Lyra, though trembling from exhaustion, straightened her back. "I don't want to live trapped in despair anymore. If I must use this gift to help others, then I will." The healer's form began to dissolve, scattering like dust caught in a sunbeam. His voice lingered even as he vanished. "Walk well, child of Celoria. The universe walks with you now." Scene 6: A strong ending. The estate quieted. The fountains resumed their sprays. Servants peered cautiously back into the hall, only to see Lyra standing on her own 2 feet. Word spread quickly, of Lady Elira's daughter who had risen from her chair, of a miracle no wealth could purchase. But for Elira, the only thing that mattered was the sound she had thought she'd never hear again. Her daughter's footsteps echoing against the marble floor. That night, mother and daughter sat once more at the dining table. The broken plate had been cleared away, but Elira kept a small shard of it beside her, a reminder that even the strongest, richest, most unbreakable things could fall. Yet hope, fragile as it seemed, had endured. Lyra leaned against her mother's shoulder, whispering, "Thank you for never giving up." Elira kissed the crown of her daughter's head, her tears finally drying. "It wasn't me, my love. It was the universe reminding us both that miracles don't belong to money, they belong to faith." And in the silence that followed, the sound of footsteps became the most priceless treasure in Elira's vast estate.